All right, we are attempting a second time here, some technical difficulties, but hopefully things are working better this time. And if not, we will let you know in just a minute. Well, I guess you will know because we'll be spinning around, but it says quality is good. So thank you for coming back to us. And
Hey, Buzzmedia, how you doing? This is Mr. White. Hey, Buzzmedia, how you doing? This is Mr. White, just chiming in. A little upset with the whole Buzzmedia crew. Last minute cancellation on Thursday. I'm sure they have plenty of excuses, but as you can see over the last couple of days, we see what has happened. Snowstorm. Pretty sure that's directly related to the cancellation of Buzzmedia on Thursday and Friday. Can't believe it. That's pretty bold move on their part. You know, a lot has happened because of their cancellation. It resulted in me not showering for 11 days at least. I mean, those 2 days mean a lot, guys. I'm sure they have excuses about fancy meetings they had on Thursday or their inability to properly run the equipment, but it doesn't really matter. The show must go on. I've invested a lot of time, effort, and money into this production. Now, 3 days a week is what we're going to get out of it. 3 days a week. It's kind of a slap in the face. That's the only reason why I get out of bed before 10 o'clock is, you know, I can't really afford to stay in bed until 12 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I got to do on those days, but oh well. And now to figure out a plan on Tuesday and Thursdays, what am I supposed to do?
well, that's a lot to take in there, Sean. I'm not sure how the math adds up on your 11 days without a shower, but I do accept some responsibility for that, Mike.
Yeah, I have a hard time giving Sean White a lot of credibility because I believe back in the day he played for the Turner Raiders, not the Turner Giants, and we used to beat them quite regularly in Little League Baseball. So, it doesn't surprise me that he hasn't showered for 11 days. It has nothing to do with the show. Also, doesn't surprise me that he doesn't want to get up before noon. So, it was tough up here on the hill. It gets pretty windy. There's a power line down right outside of my house. Without power, heat generator wouldn't work. So it was a rough go, and I had to focus on just getting things ready to try to survive those days.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to do the show, but I don't think nobody can be expected to film a show under those conditions with no power. That just can't happen. All right, I paused it again. All right.
Okay, I'm sick of these excuses, guys. The show must go on. That's what you need to know at the end of the day. Did 207 cancel on Friday because we had no power? No. The show went on, my friends. I believe you both have a cell phone probably in your hands right now that maybe has cellular data. I don't know. Shocking, right? You guys got to make it happen. People rely on this show. Those 7 viewers you have in the morning rely on this show.
Oh, 7 viewers. I'll have you know that we get like 40 to 50 people in the live stream, Amanda.
Whoa. See, that's a big deal. That's 40 to 50 people who are expecting to wake up in the morning like poor Mr. White, get up, get going with Isaiah and Mr. Hathaway, and then they can't.
Actually, as you can see from this mug, when we talk about who's more of a professional, do you have a mug with your name and face on it that you drink?
It doesn't have my face on it, but it says my show name.
Yeah, well, we're irreplaceable.
I think on like
pretty much anybody could work with Rob Caldwell, 15.
I think. What's that?
Pretty much anybody could work with Rob Caldwell, I think.
You're right. You're right. He definitely carries the show, but he had power on Friday. I did not, and I still showed up.
Yeah. Well, I also think if you're going to start talking smack about us, can we talk about who has more breaking news? Because I think last week we broke a big news story that you didn't have.
Right, Principal of the Year.
Yes, congratulations to Mr. Shaw. That is a big deal. That's huge news. And
First.
Mr. Davis, do you want to explain why that was not on 207?
Because I didn't tell you because I wanted it to be a breaking news story. And then when I told you, you had already filmed your show for the night.
Old news.
And therefore it was no longer legitimate. I guess that's the key of going on the air every day.
Right. We don't do old news. No, but it is awesome. It's great that he is Principal of the Year. That's a huge honor.
All right, Amanda, any last tips for us here? I know you have to go to your 207 meeting. What? Anything you want to tell us about our show?
I'm going to go do the real show now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, you guys got to keep it on air. People are relying on you. I heard from a couple of people in town that because Buzz Media was not online on Friday morning, then they realized, oh, I don't have to do homework today. Okay, I don't have to do schoolwork. I guess this is a snow day. Snow days don't exist anymore, fellas.
All right, we'll keep that in mind. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Welcome, Mike. That was a interesting fan mail apology we got there.
That was. Are we live? By the way, we're live,
We're
right?
live. I think we're live. I'm pretty sure we're live.
It's a nice mug you got there.
For a keen watcher, you might like barely notice it, but there may have been a small stretch in that apology where I thought we weren't live, and it was I thought it was paused, but it wasn't paused. But I think barely discernible to the eye. I don't know if people would have noticed it.
Right. I would say, one thing that I get from that clearly that, Amanda Hill thinks she's a big shot.
Yes.
Which she kind of is. So.
Yeah, she kind of is a big shot. But as I pointed out in there, she doesn't have this.
That's true. That is true.
Nice. You know what, though? It's also nice that she doesn't remember where she came from, the little people, that she can come on and kind of berate us on our own show. So that's good.
Right.
What
And,
else we got?
I probably should apologize a little bit to Shaun White for smashing him up over being part of the Raiders. But we did dominate them in Little League. So I felt like it was important to, get that in there. I'm sure he remembers.
It's important to never let it go. That's kind of my motto. You just never let it go.
Right. I think in my 4 years of Little League with the Giants, we lost 3 games. They were all in the same year, all of the Green Stingers. And it's because they had Reggie Briggs, who his birth certificate said 12, but he was built more like a 20-year-old, just throwing gas. And then John Began had the best curveball you could imagine back then too. So, and there were no pitching rules, so his father just threw those guys every game. So, but other than that, undefeated. So Raiders never got us once. Yeah. So
what are we up to?
Today's show sponsored by Canty Cow Creamery.
Yeah.
You'll be able to order online and pick up curbside. You can go to cantycow.com.
Yeah, they always have new ice creams coming out. I don't even know what's available right now, but I am planning, if I venture out in the rain at all today, that's going to be where it is. Otherwise,
that's right up on top of the hill too. I might.
Yeah,
I think tomorrow I might walk there.
Oh, you need to get a little video there. We can throw up on maybe on the Instagram or something.
That would be good. That would be good. Happy birthday today to Professor Kyle Stockwell.
Yes.
The freshman physical science teacher. Love Mr. Stockwell, one of my favorites. Also, we're going to start including some famous people birthdays. Happy birthday to David Letterman, who inspires this show.
Yeah.
His work.
Like, what I'm really inspired by on Letterman is just the really stupid segments that he insisted on doing. That's what I love right there.
Right. And also happy birthday to Claire Danes, one of my favorite actresses.
My So-Called Life. Big fan of that show.
Yeah, Homeland. You ever watch that one with Mandy Patinkin there, the guy who was on Criminal Minds? It's a pretty good one.
Also, he's the guy from You Killed My Father, Prepare to Die, Princess Bride.
Yes, yes. She also did that movie, I think it was called Broke Down Palace, where she and some other girl got busted for drugs, like in Korea or something, and they got imprisoned over there. It's a pretty good one.
Thailand, maybe?
Yeah, something. I'll have to dial that up. Anyway, T-shirts. We're going to extend the order out a little bit. We're getting a lot of orders. I think we got we're in the 30s, 40s maybe.
40s, 42 this morning.
So we'll extend that out the rest of the week and try to sew that up by Friday.
And it's basically this, and then on the back, this.
Correct. Still waiting on the proof from the designer, but they were out of power all weekend. So, so it goes. Then the TikTok's also extended to Friday. We haven't got many of those.
I know I haven't seen your TikTok yet. Mike?
Yeah, no, I don't have one yet. Working on it though. I was too busy on the Easter day, the new Easter egg hunt we had at the Hathaway house, where I took 2 eggs, one with a 20, one with a 5, and hid them. Gave a Wheel of Fortune hangman style clue to the boys, and basically said that you can buy letters to place in the clue by doing tasks around the house. So it was a good good way to get some things done. The toilets are clean, the sinks are clean, the floors are swept, things like that. And the clue was leave no stone unturned. So then they went outside and turned over basically every stone on the property looking for the eggs, one of which they lifted up the stone, and it was the one that was buried under, because I buried it under the ground. And, they lifted up the stone and found nothing and put it back down. It was pretty humorous. So that was fun. So I was a little busy with that. But
all right. Well, you have till the end of the week.
How about your Easter? How'd that go?
My Easter was good. My TikTok was good. Speaking of TikToks, Miranda Mishu has thousands of followers of her TikToks. She has become immersed. Yeah. Her son, Bailey, was her advisor, although I guess at some point Bailey started to be jealous about how many views his mom was getting. So.
Oh. There you go.
But now that Sean's is down there. Meanwhile, I got 180 views, so we'll see if you can beat that, Mike.
I don't know if I can, but we'll see. I'll cook something up. We're thinking Wednesday, an interview. I know we kind of pumped it up for maybe today, but it's not going to happen. But maybe Wednesday, an interview with El Presidente.
Yes, I think we'll have him talk, get us some updates before April break here.
Right. And then I get the sports segment. Sports segment sponsored by the Sedgley Place. I got some delicious that spreadable cheese. Got some of that for the Easter dinner. Put that on some crackers, as well as I think a couple of soups, the creamy vegetable, and I think the other one was the carrot bisque. So delicious over there. Call ahead, pick up, good stuff. So in sports, Wyatt Hathaway continues his run on these different teams. He was named to the 3rd team All-State team in the Bangor Daily, and
nice.
Named the 2nd team All-State on the Hoops 8 by Travis Lee. So
that's awesome.
Good for Wyatt. And then also we have the MPA announced that there will be no spring sports, which was unfortunate news to get. So track, baseball, softball at Levitt. I think that's what we have, right? There's nothing else, is there?
Nope, I think that's it.
That's it. So those will obviously not be running. Unfortunate for those seniors. Feel for those guys. I think I'm going to do some things where maybe I post some senior athletes with some pictures on the Twitter and just try to give those guys some love. But certainly that was a tough thing to hear last week.
Yeah, maybe we can have some of them on the show as well.
Yeah. And I think we're going to, for you students who are out there watching, I think we're going to have some students as part of the game show next week, which we're going to transition over to from Buzz Media Squares to the match game, I believe. So
Buzz Media Squares is coming up later this episode too, so you're going to want to tune in for that.
Episode 1, week 2. We've got 3 episodes for the week. It's going to be good stuff. So I think that brings us, Davis, to our top 6.
Okay,
if we want to get ready. Welcome to Jamie and Morgan. Jamie, I see you got your Buzz Media mug going. It's good stuff.
I do. You got to start.
Can we all take a drink at the same time? Can we try that again? Everybody?
Yes, we should. Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go. I ran out of coffee, so I got a little Mountain Dew in the cup.
The coffee tastes even better in a mug with my face. Thank you, Jamie.
Morgan Hickson made your Morgan, you made your debut on Buzz Media Squares last night. Tell us about that.
Well, she can't really say too much, right?
Well, you can't give away too much, but just how was the experience of being on a game show?
It was good. It was, I think, probably my first game show that I've been on. Can't imagine another time that I've been on a game show.
Did you like black out during a game show? You're gonna wake up years later watching some reruns. You'd be like, when did I do Family Feud?
Maybe. You never know.
Good stuff.
That'd be awesome.
So we've got you guys on for the top six. Top six today, sponsored by Food City. Going with curbside pickup now. You can email them at foodcityturner@yahoo.com and have your groceries ready to go. So that's pretty cool. And today's top six are the top six Winter Carnival moments, sponsored by Food City, as I said. So top six Winter Carnival moments. Davis and Genturo, want to give us a drum roll, please? Any faculty airband or Shafeli on the mic?
There's been a lot of classic ones over the years.
What's been your favorite performance in a faculty airband, you guys?
I really like the one we did with Disney, where Eben was Walt Disney, and I remember Sarah Frank was Snow White. I was one of the dwarfs.
Is that the one where Mr. Willett and Mr. Foster came out as Star Wars, but it wasn't Disney at the time, but they really wanted to do Star Wars? It was like a
different year that we did Disney.
Oh my God. Well, that was a foreshadowing moment. I think Mr. Stockwell as Drake.
That's where I was going too.
That's got to be a top. Because didn't he come out of like a phone booth too? Like he came out. I remember the kids just like lost.
Crazy. We also had a pretty good, was it an 80s music one? I think Gray came out as Axl Rose.
I didn't recognize
there was some good ones in that one.
He actually looked like it.
Right?
I think the women of the math department were the Bangles or something like that.
Walking like an Egyptian.
Walking like an Egyptian. That's right.
It's just another Manic Monday here on Buzz Media. Number 5, drum roll, please. We've got Jesse Ventura as Freddie Mercury, Jamie's younger brother.
Definitely the best performance by a Ventura for sure.
Definitely. Oh my God. Definitely the best performance at Winter Carnival performance by Ventura, which is saying something. I mean, when my class won 2 years in a row, actually, and we won Airband 3 years in a row. But Jesse's Freddie Mercury was incredible. The fun story is I was in college when that one happened, and I came home, and he showed me the video because everything was on YouTube as of that point. He showed me the video. My mom was there, and in their airband, Freddie Mercury dies because he dies in real life. So he died in their airband, and my mom started crying. And I've never been more mad at my brother in my life because there's a lot of competition in the Ventura household, and that he really upped the stakes as Freddie Mercury.
I think I would rather see that over Bohemian Rhapsody again. Like if I had the choice, right?
I would. Yeah, it was more accurate.
All right, let's keep rolling here.
All right. Number 4, drum roll, please. Oh, the Dizzy Izzy Can Angel catastrophe. The canceling of the Dizzy Izzy. Ventura, you were in school when that happened, I believe, right? Is that good? Is that right?
Yeah, I was there. For those who don't know, Dizzy Izzy used to be one of the Winter Carnival relay games. You put your forehead down on like a wiffle ball bat, right? And you spin around, get nice and dizzy, and then you'd have to run across the gym again. You'd have to return. Well, Cam Angel, he ran down, did his spin, and started running back, and then a lot of people veered towards the bleachers, and people would like push you back into the gym floor. Well, he veered into the bleachers, and the the seas parted, and he just went.
Parted.
He just went into the bleachers. There was quite a bit of blood, I believe. There was quite a bit of damage done.
He was watching one of those NASCAR races when there's a big crash.
Yes, yeah. And I believe that was the end of Dizzy Izzy. There was no more Dizzy Izzy after that.
No.
There you go. Thanks to Cam Angel. All right, number 3. Oh, the Kate Obi 4-time Limbo champ performance where she came out in a cape, I believe, for number 4. And it was like when Larry Bird did that 3-point contest and he never took off his warm-up. You know, he walks in the gym and he's like, all right, who's playing for second? Like, that was Kate Obi that day. She was like Larry Bird, just out there, like in the cape, like, I can handle this. I got this.
Yeah.
How many 4-year? There can't be many 4-year limbo champions.
We really need to build the Winter Carnival Hall of Fame so that we can have a definite track of things like that. But there's not many.
Because I know Jalen Neto did it. Jalen Neto hit 4 years.
4 years. Well,
yep. Those guys are in the pantheon of limbo champs. Then, all right, number 2. We got, Keegan Melanson as Michael Jackson. I believe he was squaring off with Marky Herman as Prince, right? And like a battle of the band type of thing.
Both of their performances were amazing.
Yes, they were.
They
were. I think Keegan in the leather pants, though. That was,
yes,
that sealed the victory, I think.
Yeah, and he got Michael's red jacket. I don't know where he got that jacket from. Maybe he stole it from the Smithsonian, but it was a pretty good mock-up.
Yep, that was quality.
Yeah, he can move. All right, number 1. Oh, our own El Presidente, Mr. Shaw, as the crab in The Little Mermaid, which I believe was his senior year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and we are looking for a picture of that to put up on the Instagram. So if anybody can get us a picture of Mr. Shaw.
We need the first lady on that. She's going to find something.
Yeah.
All right, obviously way before my time, but I need to see that photo.
Yeah, I think he was dancing around to Under the Sea, so maybe we can recreate that one for a future Winter Carnival.
Oh, man.
That might be good.
All right. That wraps this up. What do we got coming up next, Mike?
We got the Park and Pump, as always, sponsored by Angelo's. Gas, pizza, conveniences, get them there. And then we've got a little video on the food pickup at Levitt, kind of that process, what it looks like, a little behind-the-scenes action. So big shout-out to Dave Roberts, who's coordinating all that, and making sure that the people of Turner Leeds and Green are fed. So thank you, Dave. Appreciate you. And then we're going to throw it over to our MC, Jamie Gentura, for an episode of Buzz Media Squares.
Showdown. All right.
There we go.
All right, guys, Coach Parker with another workout here. So today is going to be just push-ups, but what we're going to do is start from harder, go to easier, and then hopefully get more reps as you go, get a nice chest workout in. So I want you to start, find a bench, couch, chair, anything that you can put your feet up onto. We're going to do decline push-ups. Make sure your back is nice and straight. Go down. Do as many reps as you can before you fail. Then take a few seconds break, go right into normal push-ups. Then once you fail on those, you can either do incline push-ups, so find that bench or couch you were just doing, push-ups here. Or what you can do is from your knees, so once you get down, make sure your back is staying straight this whole time, and just from your knees. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing decline, you can just start with normal push-ups and go into knee push-ups. If you don't feel comfortable doing any, you can just start with knee push-ups, do a set, take a couple seconds in between, take another set, and do 3 sets in total. And that's your workout.
So this is Mr. Gentura here, and we're going
through the food line at Levitt Area High School. So this is what it looks like. So you come around back as if you were going to the football field, and you swing through here. It's well marked. There's arrows. You're going to be greeted by some lovely ladies who will take your order. You simply tell them how many kids you have, and they'll give you some lunch options. You don't get any breakfast options. You do get breakfast, but those are pre-packed and ready to go. So then you come up, you choose your foods. Let's see if we can see what is on today's menu. What's on today's menu?
We have chicken salad, nachos, tuna, ham and cheese, deep dish pizza, salad, and a yogurt parfait.
That's awesome. So you choose what you need for your 2 days of lunch. It'll be packed for you. You choose white or chocolate milk. That also gets packed for you, along with 2 breakfasts. You come through the line, and then you just head right on out. Don't wait too long. You do get out and collect your food on the table. Get out, collect your food on the table, and then you take right off. That's how you get lunch here at Levitt Area High School.
There you go.
All right, hi everyone. Welcome to Buzz Media Squares. Look at that, we have our new logo, XOs in the Buzz Media logo. Thanks to Miranda, Miss Mishu, kicking that out for us in a short amount of time. We have a new grid today. Let's say hi to everybody. Miss Boutot, how are you doing today? Muted. That's how she's doing.
I'm muted. Hold on. Hi. I'm doing good. I know technology. Honest.
That's right. Absolutely. Mr. White, how's it going with you?
I'm doing great. I'm having a fun time.
That's good. We haven't even gotten to the game. Miss Dow, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well.
Good. Miss Mishu, how about yourself?
I'm fantastic.
Mr. Williamson?
Hey, not bad. My quarantine brain's a little woo, but we're good.
Miss Madison, how are you doing?
My quarantine brain is high functioning. I'm ready to win this thing today.
Is it that high functioning? You know you don't win. Morgan, Miss Hickson, how are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. Mr. Schiffelli, do you for a second there, you were in shadow. You looked like you were in witness protection.
Yeah, we went out and we got ice cream, so we're just trying to hide away a little bit, make sure the neighborhood's not too upset with us. So we've moved into a secret location right now.
Oh man, that is risky. Mr. Gray, did you know that you are Mr. Davis's mother, favorite character on this show?
That makes me so happy because I'm losing my mind. So any little bit is just makes me so happy. So
yeah, I'm glad we could put some sunshine in your parade today. All right, Mr. Davis and Mr. Hathaway, you know how to play this game, and everyone at home, I hope you do as well. This is basically tic-tac-toe with trivia. We're going to ask the panel a question, and they're going to give us an answer, and the contestants get to decide whether or not they believe that answer or don't believe that answer. So if the panel doesn't know the answer, they still give one and they can bluff. If they do know the answer, they still give one, then they can bluff. So it's up to the contestants to really know their stuff or call the bluff. Mr. Davis, are you ready to play?
I'm always ready to play, and I'm ready to avenge my loss last week.
Mr. Hathaway, reigning champ, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to see Babyface Gray down there in the bottom right.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's get started. Mr. Davis, since you were last week's loser and hopefully this week's loser, let's go with you to start off the game.
All right, well, Gray's new clean face kind of scares me, so I'm going to run away from him. I'm going to start with Shaun White.
Mr. White, let's dial up your question here. Okay. According to retailmenot.com, what was the most popular Easter candy in 2019?
Good question. So many good kinds to pick from, but it's an easy one, really. You know, every time you go to the gas station, you always have to pick up a couple of these. It's definitely Cadbury cream eggs.
Cadbury cream eggs. That's a mega Easter candy, Mr. Davis. What do you think you're gonna go with?
Cadbury cream eggs are delicious, and I agree. They're at every gas station, plus they're in all the supermarkets. That is definitely the correct answer.
That is the incorrect answer. The real answer was Reese's peanut butter chocolate eggs. Which are also at
those are nothing. I disagree, but
well, you are incorrect. That goes to Mr. Hathaway.
That would be the X's.
That is the X's.
Oh, I like it.
Man, oh man. Okay, Mr. Hathaway, the board is yours.
I'm gonna slide over to the right and go with Sarah Dow.
This is Sarah Dow. Let's dial up your question here. We got to get on my cue card guy. Here we go. This is a music question, obviously. What jazz musician got his aristocratic nickname from being neatly dressed in his fastidious manners while in high school?
All right, well, there's only one answer for this. So especially going with the counting up and down the days for quarantine, we're going to go with Count Basie.
Count Basie. Count Basie. That's a very musical name, Mr. Hathaway. Basie. It's got some bass to it. So what do you think? Is it
I usually trust Sarah Dow's musical intellect. Is definitely greater than mine, but she's also a little sneaky, and I'm thinking this might be a different answer. So I'm going to say that she is bluffing.
She is bluffing. The correct answer was Duke
Ellington.
Duke Ellington, yes. Did you know that, Mr. Hathaway?
I knew that.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Davis, you are in trouble today. So Mr. Davis, you're gonna have to go with Miss Boutot for the block.
First of all, I don't have to go with anything, but I want to go with Miss Boutot because I know it's gonna be a technology question, and I know that me and her are gonna be on the same wavelength. I'm ready.
Ooh, there we go. So, Miss Boutot.
Yes.
The first Apple computer logo was a drawing of what?
Okay, so I'm gonna, it was the apple, the full apple. The bite didn't come out until the clam books. Do you remember those clam books with all the color in the handles? I had the orange one. Yeah.
I do remember the clam books. Okay, it was the entire apple, but not the apple with the bite, just the whole apple.
Correct, the whole apple.
Okay, Mr. Davis,
Hey,
what do you think?
Before Davis's answer,
Sarah Dow has the wrong thing up.
That's right.
Oh, I know you're a music teacher, Sarah, but
there we go.
I
was ready for that as well. Although I shouldn't have said anything, and then on a technicality, it wouldn't matter what happens here. I am not positive about this one. I do remember those old Apple computers. We have one in the class. If you finished your work, you could go over and play a little Oregon Trail.
They were awesome.
I'm convinced that you are correct, and I'm going to agree that it was the whole apple.
It is not the whole apple. It was Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree.
Oh.
So you have quickly lost this game, not off to a great start this week, Mr. Davis. I want to thank everyone for joining us today on Buzz Media Squares. Sorry for those who didn't get asked a question. Hopefully next time Mr. Davis is better at the game. But who knows? Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you later.
Are we live? Morgan, are we live?
I think so. He's given us the nod.
He's giving us the nod. Davis, dual role as producer. I like it when he's muted like this, that when he can't talk. It must be difficult for him. I hope he steps up. I hope he steps up his game this week and gives me a little more competition at Buzz Media Squares.
I know, that was awful. That was just bad.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe he'll luck into a better game tomorrow. We got to wrap this thing up.
Yep.
So we are going to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday format. Tuesdays, Thursdays off. Davis and I both have some leadership team meetings on those days, and we have meetings with kids those days, so they become a little bit difficult. So we're going to a little bit longer shows on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but we're going to cut it back there. So that's there. Shout out to Casey Brochu watching today. Casey in my physics class a few years ago. Good to see the alumni on here. Davis, I know you can't respond, but Hickson, I'm thinking maybe after we get the students on for match game, maybe we get a Levitt alumni type of match game going on. Might be good, right?
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm not an alumni, but that would be cool.
Or maybe alumni trivia, whatever. You know what would be good, Davis, would be Turner trivia with some of the, Turner's longtime residents here. But anyway, future production notes. TikToks, Morgan, what are we doing there?
I think we're still gonna accept submissions until Friday. Mr. Davis, I think, wants everyone to know that he made a TikTok. I don't. Okay.
All right. And T-shirts, what are we doing with those?
We're still open for T-shirt orders. Is that also Friday?
I believe
that
so.
We're accepting.
And Davis, mugs. Are we going to do mugs too? Are we going to let the people have these mugs? All right.
He doesn't know.
I love the fact that you can't hear him. This is awesome. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, Wednesday's episode, going to have some fly tying with Jantura. Also going to have another episode of Buzz Media Squares. El Presidente, Evan Shaw coming on. At some point, I don't know, Wednesday or Friday, we're going to have the How to Cook an Omelet video, which Davis is lining up. So that's on there. Didn't get any other birthdays in the chat. I didn't see any. So we'll be back at you with some birthdays tomorrow. But happy birthday again to Professor Stockwell. And there we go. That's good stuff. And then definitely shout out to the Groovers. Great intro with Death Cab for Cutie. And we're going to give you a little outro. What was the outro, Morgan? Do you remember?
I do not.
Putting her on the spot. She does not.
What?
Mexico, right? Mexico by Cake. So looking forward to this. So let me see if I can dial that up and get that going. Hit that button. Give me a thumbs up, Davis, if you can hear this.